Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to episode 184 of Love at First Scent. I actually had to check what episode number it was. Send me some ideas for what we should do for episode 200. Episode 184 of Love at First Scent with me, Persolaise, coming to you live from YouTube. Please do consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so. And what are we doing today? Thank you very much for sticking around if you are watching live. This is the third of 5 videos we're doing today, but if you're watching the recording, you're very welcome as well. In either case, please feel free to leave a comment and ask a question. And this is what we are smelling in this episode. And this is going to be a genuine, is it going to be a Love at First Scent scenario? Because I haven't unsealed this one and I am feeling suitably nervous. This is the latest from Armani Prive. As you can see there, it's called, now I'm guessing from the accent that I'm supposed to pronounce it as Cypres. Is that how you, I didn't think that was how you said cypress in French. So Cypres Pantelleria. And the second word, let's just do the unwrapping. The second word refers to a very small Italian island, just sort of between Sicily and North Africa. I think it's actually closer to the African coast than it is to any bit of Italy. Lots of comments coming through for some reason for this one. Aperol Spritz clear bottle, I assume. Yes, because this is one of the Eaux, the Armani Eaux, and it's got. Can you make it out there? If I put it up against myself, you might be able to see a greenish tinge, which I'm sure must be fake colouring, but actually quite attractive. Made it. Greetings, everyone from Antwerp, says Lisbeth. You're very, very welcome. Pantelleria is an island, says Natasha. Thank you very much. Hello from Virginia, says Elite Sai. Not cheap, says Euro. No, none of these is ever very cheap. I was looking forward to this one. So glad you decided to review it, says Ryokan. Keith Montgomery, Armani Prive are hit and miss with me, but I love some of them. Yes. And it's funny because I did a whole video on them. Was it last year? Or maybe it's going back 2 years now. Where I talked about some of my favourite ones, because they don't get as much attention as they should, I think, online. Because, as you say, there are some real gems in there, some real beauties. But I don't know what it is. Maybe they don't sort of push their publicity our way so much. I love Cypress as a wood scent, says Nubianet. So do I. Pantelleria sounds like a disease, says Thashara. Well, I hope nobody from that island is watching. Yeah, mind you, somebody once told me that Persolaise sounds like a salad dressing, so okay. Bois d'Encens is the only one I really like. Says Time to Musk Up. Maybe a couple more. I mean, that is very definitely one of the most beautiful frankincense scents. We need to smell this because times are ticking. Here we go. Let's find out what this is going to be like. I do know that it's by Alberto Morillas. So does that mean it's going to be a musky affair? Let's see. Okay, here we go. Feels like I haven't done one of these really smelling it for the first time jobs for a long time. Oh. Watch the forehead, people. Listen to the words, not the forehead. Don't spray it on your slippers, says Audrey. I always feel bad for people who just watch these one videos because they don't know what the jokes are referring to, you know, in relation to the previous live ones. Do you know what this is actually smelling of? And maybe it's making me think that, who knows, maybe part of the colour isn't artificial because it smells actually like a very, very pleasantly old-fashioned lavender-y fougere. Which I guess maybe I shouldn't be too surprised because cypress is a very, very woody note. It has a kind of camphoraceous, outdoorsy feel to it, doesn't it? Almost a kind of eucalyptusy feel, which isn't miles away from lavender. And maybe because the last of these the Armani Prive Les Eaux that they did were very, very sheer and floral. If you remember, there was a quartet, wasn't there? There was a jasmine, there was a rose, a gardenia, and I'm going to say a tea, maybe? Maybe they thought that actually they ought to shift things back towards the guys for a bit. Yes, quite surprisingly, that's the main thing I'm getting here, is good old-fashioned barbershop. and done in a very convincing way. Please tell me the lavender is not prominent, says Ryokan. Well, I think it's definitely very, very noticeable, but is it really prominent? I mean, it's not a kind of caramelized lavender, if that's what you're worried about. I smelled cypress essential oil recently, says Sentient Man. It smelled like tea tree, not what I thought cypress smelled like in my mind. Well, there you go. No, this is intriguing. I mean, my initial reaction is I want to take this out for a proper test drive. Oh, that's the last thing I was expecting. Nubianet says, your review of Te Oolong made me buy it. Barbershop, not for me. Bank account is safe. Well, at least you know, right? Apply on skin, says Audrey Jane. No, but I can't do that now because we've got 2 more videos to do. Maybe try again. Yura says, Morillas used a Spanish lavender, more subtle and less herbaceous. Possibly. I want to... Max will love it, says A2 Yeah, he might actually. Max 40, for those of you who aren't aware. Let's look at the press release because I remember seeing that it was really, really brief and I haven't read it. Okay. Since 2004, Giorgio Armani translates the essence of his haute couture collections into unique, precious, finely... Yes, okay. Let's just look at where sea meets shore. Cypres Pantelleria unites 2 aspects of nature, blending an aquatic strength with the elegant aromatic warmth of Pantelleria's flora. Composed to be at once soothing and invigorating, the fragrance conjures the morning sea winds that mingle on cypress trees. I suppose there's something very, very, very faintly marine-like about it, but it's mostly fougere, I think. Crafted by master perfumer Alberto Morillas, the scent opens with a dazzling, zesty luminosity thanks to a harmony of citrus notes of mandarin, bergamot, and cedrat, which fuse with floral neroli. A wave of aquatic freshness is at the fragrance's heart as an aquatic accord combines with clary sage and the resinous freshness of cypress essence. It's not going to say lavender at all, is it? The base brings a sense of contrast and texture, while mineral amber wood accord, but pretend that didn't happen, intertwine with intense oak moss accord, patchouli and vetiver create a wood foam sensation. Wood foam. Okay, let's move on. Reflecting Armani's commitment to reduce its environmental and social impact, the heart of vetiver from Haiti and of clary sage from France, blended in Cypres Pantelleria, are sustainably sourced, thus promoting economical emancipation, preserving biodiversity, and ensuring traceability. Well done, Armani. I mean, I don't want to belittle those sorts of moves because they are important. Both are crafted exclusively for Armani fragrances. Pantelleria has long inspired Giorgio Armani. This remote island, which lies in the Mediterranean between Italy and Africa, I love how Italy is mentioned as a country, but Africa is the continent. It must be between Italy and Tunisia, right? Okay, is a piece of paradise on earth and offers a respite from the hurried pace of everyday life. Famed for the contrast between its sparkling Mediterranean light and its dark, rugged volcanic rocks, Pantelleria exhibits the beauty of nature in its rawest form as its untouched landscape blurs the boundaries between sea and land. Yes, okay, stop making us remember that we cannot travel anywhere at the moment. I'm not reading any more about the island. Cypres Pantelleria is presented in the iconic and distinctive Armani Prive Eaux square bottle, luminously elegant and topped by a shiny black lacquered cap. Finely hued in subtle fresh green, the scent's coloured juice echoes its personality, inspiration, and key ingredients. Okay. I'm still thinking really nice old-fashioned fougere. And I will need to wear it properly on skin to see if I stick to that assessment. But you know, if they don't want to market a scent in a certain way, then they will just not mention. I'm so tempted to spray it on skin, but that would mess up the next 2 videos, and I mustn't do that. Sage has lavender nuances, says Roxana. Okay, thank you very much for that. Audrey says, sounds like you should shave your legs with it. Wood foam. Enough about the wood foam. Nubianet says, in California we have cypress trees near the ocean. Cypress is very similar as well to eucalyptus. Yura says, wood foam, is that a timber cappuccino? Very good. Very good. Give yourself a pat on the back. Tomasz, hello from Katowice. Barbershop scents are great. Is it another fougere? I mean, I may be going completely nose blind here, but that's the first whiff that I got. So I think we should say, in the interests of fairness, give it a while, see what I say on the video description below, and then see whether I change my mind on Persolaise.com. But that's the main thing I'm getting at the moment. There's a very good film set in Pantelleria, says Alina. A Bigger Splash, starring Tilda Swinton. Ah, and Ralph Fiennes. I wasn't crazy about that movie, but yeah, probably worth watching. I'd forgotten that it was set there. Not sure why, but the video quality has gotten really bad. I've tried reloading the video a few times and it hasn't helped. Hopefully things will get better. Ooh, sorry, Keith. Probably can't do anything about this one. And we're done anyway. So we will be back in just a few minutes with another major release from another major brand. See you soon. Bye.